Hi, I'm Stephany. How can I help you? What brings you in today?
My name's Mike, and I just wanted to come in and see if you could help us out a little bit. My family are having some issues, and my daughter, who's 15, is currently incarcerated up at a facility. She got herself in some trouble, and it's got a little bit tough on me. I'm having a real hard time because I talk to her on the phone, and she's so depressed, it makes me so depressed. And it's affecting the family members too.
Right.
So it's got me into a pretty good depression.
Yeah. So your daughter's gotten herself into some issues. Is this something new or?
Well, we've had some problems with her in the past. She's what we believe is to be bipolar.
Right.
And we've had some mental health issues in the family.
Right.
And but it's got to the point now where it's out of our control. And up to this time, I've had pretty much control of it.
Right.
But now she's involved with the legal system, and I have no control over that. And that's frustrating in itself.
Oh, I can imagine. That sounds like that would be really frustrating because your daughter's got some issues and you want to help her, and you kind of feel maybe like your hands are tied. I'm hearing.
Pretty much, it takes quite a lot of effort just to get a little movement out of the legal system.
Right.
And that's got her down because she's got herself so deep into it that I have bailed her out in the past. And now I'm here and I can't do that for her. And I don't want to do that for her because I want her to learn from the situation.
Right.
But it's really hard to sit back and watch this happen.
Yeah.
It's something I'm thinking about all day long. And then when something happens bad to her in the situation she's in, and then I'm on the phone for a day and a half calling everybody.
Right.
So I'm all wound up, and then I get really depressed too. So
it kind of sounds like maybe you're feeling maybe a little helpless because you mentioned that in the past you've fixed things for her or gotten her out of things, and maybe you're feeling a little helpless because at this point in time there's nothing you can do to help her.
Yeah. I mean, helpless to a point. Yeah.
Right.
It's what you have to go through to try to get help.
Right.
That it's an emotional drain.
Yeah. So kind of flows over onto you and gets you into a frump or some depression or some.
Yeah. I'm all fired up and I'm on the phone arguing and everybody's passing the buck and I get frustrated.
Right.
So it's those things that are really starting to get to me.
I see. So I'm hearing that your frustrations and the issues from your daughter are creating your own issues. You mentioned that you had some depression going on from that.
Right. Yeah. It creates depression because you're so helpless, and I guess like you said, being helpless, and by sitting there and and it just ties up my whole day.
Right.
And it's hard for me to go out and do work, or even to sit down and watch a TV program. I'm having issues, and I'm trying to figure out what it's going to do to take, because this is going to be for a while. She's going to be like up there, and then I can't continue. I mean, I got to do something about making it better.
Right. So it kind of sounds like maybe you are trying to take on her issues as your own, maybe, and you're having a hard time untangling them where her issues end and maybe, like, say her depression ends and maybe your depression begins, and maybe we need to figure out what we can do so that you can still be concerned and still be supportive and still take care of the things that you need to do, but so that it doesn't impact you so much personally, emotionally. I'm sure that physically and mentally, and that's a drain in all of those directions.
Yes, yeah, that is exactly in a nutshell. It's got to me to the point where it consumes me.
Right.
Daily.
Right. Yeah.
And I wanted, being concerned. Yeah, that I'm concerned, and I'm trying to always help her. And then she will tell me things, and then I go out there and I make phone calls, and find out they're not true.
Right.
So then now I look bad, and that frustrates me.
Right.
And trying to get answers from people that are there, I get mixed answers. So in between her and what their staff is telling me,
Right.
and then trying to get her the right help, that's been tough, and it's just consumed me. Like I said, it's
Right.
if I'm out working, that's all I'm thinking about when I'm working too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Well, and that's not healthy in itself. I'm wondering though if you were better able to, I guess, handle her being there so that it didn't consume you so much. If maybe there's something that we could do that would help you become healthier yourself as a person, which in turn can overflow to your daughter. Because if you're healthier as a person, then it's going to flow over onto her. And maybe some of your anxiety about her being there maybe is transferred to her and you don't realize it, or maybe it's being expressed in other ways that you don't realize. So maybe we need to look at maybe where we could draw a line there.
yeah, well, that would be good if we could do that.
Yeah. So what are some things that you could do to just for yourself, where there's not a responsibility or commitment or anything else involved?
To help her.
No, to help yourself.
Oh. In the past, it's work has been that for me. I mean, going to
Right.
work and watching my TV shows or going fishing.
Mm-hmm.
But then I do all those things with, except for work. Those are the things I used to do with her.
Right.
So it makes it really. I don't enjoy if I go fishing. She's not there.
Right.
And I feel bad because I'm out fishing and she would love to be there too.
Right.
TV programs, watching TV, those things have, and that's the connection that I'm having. I'm having a hard time disconnecting from that end of it.
Right. Right. So I'm wondering if there's something that we could do that maybe there's not a connection to your daughter, so that it would be just something that was satisfying for you. There's been a lot of research done that just a walk around the block and just to get your heart rate up mildly releases all sorts of good chemicals in your brain, and that helps to put you in a better mood. It gives you more energy, it puts you in a more positive frame of mind. And I'm wondering if maybe you were in a more positive frame of mind, if you would be able to deal with things better.
Yeah, maybe something, maybe bike riding,
Mm-hmm.
And maybe taking my son bike riding might be a good thing.
Right.
Because then I'm with him, and that takes my mind off of it. And it's not something that me and my daughter used to do.
So there's no connection
So there's
there.
really no connection. Yeah, bike riding might be something that would work good. Plus, like I said, my son would be there, and that's a good connection.
Right. And how old is your son?
He's 11.
Oh, okay.
So that might be something I can think about doing and giving a try.
Yeah, it would, you'd get the physical benefits of it, and then you'd get the emotional bonding of your son,
Yeah.
would be another benefit. And it would take your mind off things. I'm kind of thinking that maybe you are carrying a whole lot of weight around on your shoulders, and maybe some guilt over your daughter, and you need to learn to maybe find a positive release for those feelings.
Yeah, guilt is a big part of it. Because I don't know what she's going through.
Right.
I hear her, and I feel guilty because of what I know. I know what she's going through,
Mm-hmm.
and I know she doesn't belong where she's at. She needs to be somewhere else, getting
Right.
the help she needs.
Right.
That's the frustration that I'm having, and the guilt that I have.
Right.
So,
It sounds like you're the one that fixes things.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been the fixer.
And so it must be very irritating and frustrating to not be able to just fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's got me so down and depressed.
Yeah, I can understand that. So then I'm wondering what you could do this week. Maybe there's three. Can you think of maybe three little things that you could do that would, I mean, even if it only just took 5 minutes, that would be a break just for yourself and to kind of maybe recenter yourself so you don't feel so pulled in all directions?
Three things. Well, bike riding would be one, I guess. Maybe I'd go to the movies with my son. That would be a good thing. One day I'd probably maybe ride. My family lives about 50 miles from here. To go visit my oldest son, or visit my family. That might help.
Yeah, maybe some more family connections.
Yeah. But then unfortunately the topic of conversation becomes my daughter. So,
right.
But still, I think it might be a good deal.
So I'm wondering if maybe rather than looking at it as she is at this place because she has issues, maybe if we looked at it from a different angle and that she's there getting help. And so that in turn, that positive outlook on it, as opposed to she's there because she has issues instead of she's there because she's getting help. And that might help your frame of mind if you look at it that way, because that tends to be more positive as opposed to the negative.
Well, and that's part of it, part of getting help. That's probably the key word. She's not getting the help she needs right now.
Right.
And that's what's frustrating, is trying to get her where she's going to get the right help.
Right.
So that it's like in limbo right now, and I'm worried about what she's going through while she's in limbo, waiting for a spot to open for her where she can get the right help. So that's the frustration going on, and so that's part of it. And maybe I need to focus on other things, and instead of focusing on that 100%, that might help by trying some different things.
Right.
Family.
Right.
Going to movies, riding a bike.
Yeah, because if that's consuming you, after a while that begins to take its toll on everything.
Yes.
And
it's taken a big toll on me and my wife.
Yeah.
And that's been another thing.
Yeah.
We both see it a little different.
Right.
And so that's been an issue. So it's caused issues there.
Right. So I'm wondering if
2 minutes.
maybe this week, before our next session, you could maybe do at least one of those.
Yeah, why don't I do that?
One of those things?
I think that's what I should try. I might try two of them. I think going to a movie with my son would be a good thing, and the family thing.
Right.
I'll do that this weekend.
I think that's a
I'll
wonderful
go over and see
idea.
the family and kind of spend some time with them.
Yeah.
And then maybe go grab a movie with my oldest son and my younger son.
I think that would be
See
a
how that
wonderful
goes.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. That's what I should do.
All right, then. I look forward to hearing how that worked out for you next week.
All right. Thanks. I appreciate your help. Okay.
Thank you, Mike. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.